for real? Oh, Carl Nassib. Come on, Carl Nassib. What's going on? All right. So they gave Carl Nassib the day off. I don't know if he was triggered or if they just felt like they needed to do that because apparently, they wanted to show love to him because of John Gruden. John Gruden had some emails that came out where he called a football executive, basically said he had big tired lips. And so a lot of people were offended by that. He had some emails that talked about disparaging. Okay, thank you. He just that had some disparaging remarks about good Lord, what is the guy's name? Sam that played on the Rams. Michael Sam. So according to the Times, Gruden felt that Goodell and the NFL should not have pressured the Rams to draft, and he used the word queers in reference to Michael Sam. So he got in trouble for saying that. And listen, I don't condone calling people names and all this and that, but this is complete and utter nonsense. First off, they went inside of a guy's private email. They were fishing to try to destroy the Washington Redskins, now the Washington football team. That's what they were doing. And they found emails that were between John Gruden and one of the or the president at the time, Bruce Allen, which was then president of the Washington Redskins, now Washington football team, like I said. And so he disparaged women in football, referees and stuff like that at the time. Now, I keep saying at the time. First off, whom amongst you can are without sin where you can cast the first stone? And I got to be honest with you. How many of us? Listen, I'm not. I hope I'm not ruining my career. Actually, I don't even. I'm standing up for truth. I had an issue with women being in the NFL refereeing. It felt weird. I don't care now, but that's a natural feeling because it is a blood sport, and it is a predominantly male sport. It is a tough guy sport. It's why so many men, and now women, I understand too, are fascinated with it. I heard a commentator talk about, well, now 47% or 50% of women watch NFL too, and so on and so et cetera. So this guy, John Gruden, had to go because he didn't get with the times. I'm like, what are you talking about? The emails were 10 years old, some of them. 3 years old, others. Once he became part of the NFL family again, as far as the Raiders were concerned, boom, boom, emails are gone. And then beyond that, where's the forgiveness? For God's sakes, the way that we play this race game is insane. It isn't doing favors to anyone. Now the Tampa Bay Bucks, they're getting up on the social justice warrior thing. This guy won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks, the first Super Bowl. And they take him, I forget what it's called, but Ring of Honor, I believe it's called. And they remove him from the Ring of Honor. This is insane. The guy issued an apology. Things should be good. But apparently, no, they're not. They want to make an example out of him. But I'm going to tell you guys this, particularly you social justice warriors out there that happen to be white. Don't think that the left won't come after you. Don't think that the left won't come after their own. What they are doing is priming the pump for the next Derek Chauvin. I'm telling you right now, brace yourself. They need a Negro victim for 2022. They need a Negro victim for 2024. And they need a white scapegoat. And they are going to continue to find them. Right now, places are locked down. All the people that are causing the most violence are in blue cities, so they don't want to show you that right now. But that's what they're looking for. That's what they're waiting for. It makes no sense to throw this man under the bus. It makes no sense. He shouldn't have resigned. Hey, I offered an apology unless his team told him he needs to go, unless he lost the locker room. And apparently he didn't, because there were plenty of players, several players that said, hey, man, that was years ago. And I'm paraphrasing. That was years ago. Hey, I'm just worried about what's on the field. That's his issue. He hasn't been that way with me. I'm not worried about it. So apparently he hadn't lost the locker room, but he didn't want to be a distraction because we know the woke left will continuously go after this guy. I'm telling you, brace yourself. I want to play an audio clip really quick here. This is Tiffany Cross on CNN. This is Tiffany Cross. She's actually talking about Van Jones and Sage Steele, but I think it's relevant to the conversation. Audio clip number 1, please.
Okay, Carlos Watson, Sage Steele, Van Jones. What do these three folks have in common? Well, they're all people who have been prompted up by wealthy or powerful white Americans, and yet we, the keepers of the culture, don't really rock with any of them like that. Now, obviously, the three of these folks are most definitely black faces. However, they are not necessarily black voices, and there's a difference.
Like she's the gateway to the black community. This lady is completely and utterly foolish.